people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 15 of Phoenix Wright's Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Last time, we finished up the final investigation portion for this case, and we're going to be moving on to the final trial portion. And so, let's get going.
You won't believe how many people are here for the trial!
Well, it is a murder case.
What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door!
Next door?
Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today.
Detective Atme?
Today they're going to try him as Master of the Mask.
Already? That was fast.
Boy, I'd love to see Master of the Mask's trial.
But really, Phoenix is shocked that these trials go out so fast with the people he helps convict. I mean, for God's sake, he pretty much hands the prosecution their evidence. And their arguments, literally, Phoenix does all the work for the police and prosecution. Heck, they even get a confession. I know. By the way, where's Pearls?
Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore.
I know you don't like me. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh?
Yeah, ever since that incident last year.
Please, don't ignore me! Though speaking of Ron, I have finally discovered why my voice has just been so off and why my throat has been in so much pain after these recordings. Because it's freaking Ron Dollie! Literally! Apparently that is one voice I will be retiring. Because literally, I cannot do that voice for an extended period of time. Like, maybe if I'm doing like one sentence from a one-off character, but not like a dedicated character like Ron. I can do like a Meekin's voice. I can do it like pretty consistently, like if I'm not adding the nasal to it, because otherwise it causes just literally too much pain.
Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning.
No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone.
Come on, don't be silly. Wait a second. You don't mean
you're the murderer? No! I'm the more thief! No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heists.
Do you think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick?
It's possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock.
Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always.
I'm afraid that's not an option. Because you're probably coming to the same conclusion that Phoenix is, and that, well, Luke's behind this murder. I'm just gonna come out right out and say it, because pretty much Phoenix hinted at it before the trial started. He hinted at it right now, so I'm just gonna say Luke Atme's the murderer, and we're gonna have to prove it. Luke Atme's the double criminal. Is the first double criminal in the series. Like, I mean, where he gets tried for two separate crimes in the same case. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Dollie. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You are ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the week. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godo. He's got the judge in the palm of his hands yet again. He just asked for an opening statement, Phoenix. He does this with every prosecutor in the series. Even the ones that don't even have favor, like Winston Payne. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That is all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godo. Ha! Then you need to get that more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Caneborn, CEO of KB Security, and CzarThwomp did not flub that for once. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. on the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. The little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godo, please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial, but the first one is always the best. Like the first bite of an apple? Mr. Godo, your witness? Okay then.
Let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. I have to get revenge against CzarThwomp for what he did to me in the Bastille. Literally, CzarThwomp, what the hell?
The defendant, well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but wow, way to flip Mia the middle finger, and way to flip Phoenix the middle finger, like, to boot, just because, literally, when Phoenix was the defendant, the judge had no issue just sending him up to the witness stand. But Ron, he gets a free pass. He gets like, oh, Phoenix can object. I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. But then again, she had absolutely no idea what the heck she was doing. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You have got guts, Wright. Alright then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand and torture CzarThwomp's throat. Like I said, I'm keeping with it. Ron's almost done as a character. I'm not changing his voice up now. And plus, really, what other voice do I give him? Meekins? Only Meekins can have the Meekins voice. You did it, didn't you? Yes! What? Oh! No! That's not true! Otherwise, that would be the world's fastest trial. Even Manfred von Karma would be giving you a round of applause. For a moment there, I thought we'd set a record for the shortest trial ever. Shorter than 3 minutes?
Well, Mr. Delight already looks really guilty with the face he's making.
And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin.
Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security?
Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Don't we all, Ron? Don't we all? Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
My visit to KB Security.
That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmailer I got, they ordered me to go there. I've been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place.
The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up, like I drink coffee. Ha! It's bitter today too, just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's tugging it down!
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination view, please. Okay, this is one of those you gotta press everything. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow and my internal clock was also a bit... 1 a.m., that's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct?
It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure.
It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere! Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course! They'd say things like, steal this or take that! Or tell you to hold it. Ah, why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? Press harder, silence isn't golden. So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000!
Money, a perfect motive for committing murder.
Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyways! Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head! I had nothing to be afraid of! An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir!
Ha! A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do.
You're overestimating that mud skipper, Phoenix. Anything could survive, but has a better chance than you at this point. Okay. I thought we presented this now. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Okay? Just what were you being blackmailed about anyways?
The blackmailer said, if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the whole master on the mask thing! When I wasn't worried, Mr. Bowler didn't have anything on me!
He didn't.
Anyways, I don't care what anyone says about me! Just as long as Tessie believes in me! So that's why Mr. Light didn't believe he was master on the mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats! I'm gonna just press everything and then just go back. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right!
A security chief? You?
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say?
This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject. Live after being fired. What did you do after being fired from KB Security? I spent a lot of time looking for work, but then I decided I wanted to start something myself. Not good. This is going from bad to worse. So I started looking at books, TV, and movies, learning all I could about masked men.
Masked men?
I wanted to become King of Twilight! So, you wanted to try drawing a comic, right? About a masked man? No, that's not right. I wanted to become... Your Honor, let's move along, shall we?
But you asked the question. You're being quite odd today, Mr. Wright. Other than normal.
Way to bring the spinning buzzsaw one notch closer to my own neck, Ace Attorney.
There wasn't much on testimony, was there?
Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me.
I got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful.
If we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we have to press... Desi. Oh my gosh! Like I said, this game, the history series is weird in that basically you have an advantage if you're going in blind because you know the story. You're gonna get screwed because the game wants you to do the story its way. Even though you know exactly how the case went, you know exactly what happened. You know that Luke Atme probably killed Kane Bowler with a bag of Sacagawea dollars.
I did! Yes, that is right! I, Luke Atme, killed Kane Bowler that evening with a bag full of buffalo quarters and Sacagawea dollars. I collect them. You see, I collect coins on the weekend. It is a hobby, and I write about it on my blog. Look at me at the weekend on Saturday night. I currently have 3 viewers, all from different dimensions.
Okay. Why you were fired? Mr. Dollie, please tell us why you were fired from your job.
Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that.
Okay, I take it back.
Defendant, please answer the question.
I need money.
You needed money?
Well, you see, Tessie loves to spend it. It's kind of like her hobby.
I got the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick?
Like you're one to talk, Maya? You could put Tessie to shame with how many burgers you make Phoenix buy you. My diet wasn't nearly enough, so I sold data from the company. Come again? What the? My game was glitching on me. KB Security has a lot of security from all sorts of companies. And this time was a security team chief.
You stole some data and sold it.
Mr. Bowler found out and I was fired immediately. Not because I was selling data, mind you, but because I was such a whinny and I got caught. He told me that a whinny like me shouldn't be working for him if I get caught so easily. What? I wish I'd never asked that. I was all able to keep it secret and made it seem like I'd quit on my own.
What is it, Nick? You look so good.
Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
He sure told you.
So you admit that you sold data from your company, is that correct?
Yes, I'm sorry. It was a press all, darn it.
This is a very important fact. Please add to your testimony.
Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. Press first. Oh, and then we have to go back and press that previous statement. It's one of those where you basically have to go through the testimony, see a future piece of testimony, then you gotta go and press it again. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Destiny's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste!
So Mr. Light doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she?
So it would seem.
I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other.
I can't believe it. This kid's gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples.
Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright.
There wasn't much to his testimony, was there?
Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. You better be careful.
Wait, I already read that. It's what we've been blackmailed on anyways.
The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the master of the mask thing. Well, I'm not getting the B, so I'm only assuming it's going to be new dialogue. Yep, there we go. I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. Like, yeah, Godo, he knows this, but yeah, he's keeping his big mouth shut just so he can make Phoenix humiliate himself. I don't hate Godo as a character, mind you. I don't, trust me. There's another prosecutor that I just like way more than Godo, and frankly, I could go on a rant for an hour or so about why I dislike that prosecutor. But frankly, like, I don't feel like doing it. I've done it enough, and I don't feel like repeating myself. I feel like a broken record at this point with how many times I've done it with people. Anyways, heck, we'll probably not even get to that game because I don't have a way to record 3DS game titles at the moment. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was master of the mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over once I was fired! But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up a whole year later! Is that really true?
What is it, Nick?
The fact that Ryan was stealing company data, I wonder if he would have had a problem if that were to come knowledge. Yes, he would, because of Desi. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your own client?
Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow.
In that case, Grossberg is the freaking sun. That's exactly right.
Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo.
Little lawyer amigo?
Yes, now come on, provide me some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. DeWright want to keep his data stealing secret from going public?
Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match with what you told me yesterday. Huh? What? Doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out about your secrets.
A certain person?
Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Ah, but listen to me, my Desi cheese!
Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins.
Godo!
Yes, we know it was all your wife's fault.
What do you mean?
Mr. DeWright stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about.
Oh, No! Everything is falling neatly into place for him! Don't talk about my Desi like that! I'll kick your ass! Or you'll be sorry!
Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick?
I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. You forgot your trials with Francisco already, Phoenix? For shame.
Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much.
The motive is clear, let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us! We're all ears.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there! Hey,
It was wielding a bag of Sacagawea dollars and buffalo quarters! Somewhere else on the forehead! With the coin collection! After that, I remember being a bit dazed! Yeah, because they never go into the murder weapon. Literally, I'm going into it saying that Lou Gatmy's weapon of choice was a bag filled with buffalo coins and Sacagawea dollars. You go into Lou Gatmy's office, you'll find just a big bag full of buffalo quarters and Sacagawea dollars. He polished them thoroughly afterwards. Like, you know how his Sprite where he's polishing his monocle? That's really what Luke was doing right after the crime. He was just polishing his collection of buffalo quarters and Sacagawea dollars. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed! When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead!
Now, anyways, the big thing that we're going to be taking away from this testimony is in that statement, I was wearing that.
I see, suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provides similar testimony. He said that Master of the Mask struck him on the head from behind.
Of course, since Acme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Ha! No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that.
What are you saying? I really was attacked! We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
Got that, Mr. Wright? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend.
You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godo. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Gotta press everything, though. Who is this suspicious shadow?
If there was a that or 1,000 bees, and if even one of them knew, I tell you, trust me!
His dodging all of our questions is not helping us win this case!
Okay, then how was the victim, Mr. Bullard, at that time?
What do you mean by how he was?
Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place.
That's a good question! What do you think, Mr. Wright?
Forget it. Your forehead?
Yes! I was on the forehead as soon as I entered the room! It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack!
That is because I like the lightning! I am weak and lightning! Do you remember who hit you?
Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit, and I think he yelled "Weaken!" at the top of his lungs! I think he yelled hello there as soon as I entered, so I think I was a little dazed for a while.
I don't even did not even grasp what you were asking.
Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. Here's the big one. And this will play a pivotal role in the final cross-examination as well. Could you please clarify what you're referring to?
Why? My Master of the Mask costume, of course! Wait a moment. Master of the Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention before? Just to be on the safe side, I chose this Master of the Mask! I said to myself, you know, Ron, this outfit, my regular clothes, street clothes, they're not gaudy and flashy enough. I need to draw more attention to myself. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO who gave me security. What?
Nick, did you know about this? You never told me this.
Oh, sorry, I had some snot. Well, my sinuses have been on the fritz lately. It's the fall air. Just fall time and springtime, they're always bad for my allergies/sinuses. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either.
Even I didn't know that. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets.
I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention up until now. Wait. That's not right, oh my. I know how sometimes things just slip your mind.
Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly.
At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony.
Why were you dressed up as Master of the Mask?
Why? Because I'm Master of the Mask, of course! What are you talking about? Master of the Mask's trial is being held next door. Ah, yes, I guess so. Anyways, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Master of the Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected.
Took a lot longer. What is he talking about? Press harder. What do you mean by took a lot longer?
Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught in the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding in Mr. Bullard's body. Hiding in Mr. Bullard's body. Yes, he sliced up a Kane Bullard and just was hiding his body like how Han Solo put Luke Skywalker in the Tauntaun stomach. What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You were the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking?
When the judge is questioning your logic, that's when you hit a new low. Hell, Ron's hit a bunch of lows. First gumshoe, now this question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
What?
The answer is simple. When they're dirty. When they take them off.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean that Mr. Dollie hit the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look.
His metaphor this time was really obscure.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony.
Yes, sir! Uh-oh, looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair with the judge. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyways?
Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer.
That's not exactly what I meant. Oh, great, now I'm imagining Ron trying to shove Kane Bullard's body into the office drawer.
Fit in the drawer, darn you! I can't go to jail! When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it.
Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That is why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense.
Hold on. 10 minutes.
What is it, Nick?
I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body and spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under
those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh, hey, Nick, if you think this behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were?
That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence.
We have heard this from Mr. Dollie yesterday, didn't we?
There's not much in this testimony either.
I bet he's still hiding something.
I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw at him. Did I seriously read a Maya Phoenix line with Maya's voice? Sorry, just sometimes with these sprites.
I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated.
Okay, CEO's office buzzer. There we go. I didn't know if it was the buzzer or the alarm sheet. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
And what might this be?
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Ron Dollie truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there was security personnel in the building.
He was the security chief! He ran one of those teams, Godo!
Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about him. But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Dollie could have known. Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Dollie didn't even notice the buzzer was going off. This buzzer is extremely loud. There is no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? We'll answer that question next episode. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. If you come back to the next one. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. And with that, I'll see you later. Bye.